Yeah, I'm Cate Bowman and I'm the head of Cumbria Care, which is the local authority's service provision, mainly to older people, but it's to other vulnerable client groups as well. We've got a huge range of services throughout the county. Primarily, there's 33 homes to older people, and then we've got home care services, which we deliver 12,000 hours of home care each week, and there's various day centres all over the county. Well, I think what I'm doing for performance management is it's based on a real belief that and a desire to provide good services and to be continuously improving. Now, people often talk about those words and they're just kind of buzzwords, but I think in Cumbria Care it's not just me, it's other people too who have got a genuine interest in improving the lot of older people. Now, if we are providing services to older people, then we want to make them the very best that we can make them, given the tools that we've got to do it. And one of the things that we do, that I've done since I've come into post, is look at making it clear what I'm expecting from people. The people that work for Cumbria Care are the most important. I need to make sure that I've got the right sort of people coming through the door, so our recruitment practices are as good as they can be. Then I need to make sure that they get the right levels of training, both induction training to get them started, but then it's continuing training on all sorts of things so that we're keeping up to date with current practice, we're refining our own policies and procedures, and people are being kept up to date with them. And then once I've got the right people and they're doing the right things, then it meets, we work at it meeting what our customers want from us and also within our financial targets that are set for us. Okay. Well, it might sound like the sort of thing that everybody does, because the words I'm using are the sort of words that everybody uses, but I think what we've got is passion. And I think one of the fundamental things is when you're looking at performance management and improving performance is that first of all you've got to have diligence and attention to detail to be really digging into what it is that the information's giving you and working out what sort of information will give you the correct information to determine whether what you're doing is a good thing or not. And as well as that attention to detail, you need to have integrity. If you can go along measuring the wrong things and be really good at measuring information and data, but if you're measuring the wrong things, then you're not going to improve your services. So you've got to have, and I think this is what we've got. We've all got a very keen idea of service improvement and that we're doing it for the right reasons. We're doing it for the elderly people of Cumbria, and we're doing it so that we improve the services that they get from us. We have a vested interest, of course, because I'm going to be old one of these days, and I want that service to be the very best it can possibly be when I'm in need of it. The key thing for us is that the information comes in, and that's purely what it is. It's information which enables us to ask more questions. What does it mean? We're doing well on that, but are we really doing well? Is it measuring what we want it to measure? So we're not just looking at where we're not doing well, we look at where we're doing well too, to make sure that we're always measuring the right thing. The areas, we probably concentrate on those areas that we're not doing well, and we look at what are the reasons why we're not doing that well. Are we measuring the right things? Should we be measuring something else? Should we be doing something different? And we take it back to our workforce to say, what's going on here? And it's the start of a conversation. The information isn't the end of the story, it's the beginning of the story, so that we're constantly saying, oh, are we doing the right thing here? I see performance data as a tool for change and a tool for discussion so that we can make improvements rather than as an end in itself. It's not about just collecting information for the sake of collecting information. It's about understanding what that information is telling you so that you can be tweaking what you're doing and continuously improve. I think it's the basis of the approach to have the balanced scorecard approach. When I first read about it, it suddenly made a lot of sense to me, and I've managed, because it's such a simple idea, I've managed to sell it to Cumbria Care as an organisation. because it's simple and anybody can understand it. And the simple model of it is that if you get the right people doing the right things, then they meet the expectations of the customers, service users, the people who buy the services from us, and it's within the financial targets that we've got. So those are the 4 kind of blocks to what we're measuring. We've got a piece of kit actually that where we put all the information, and it makes it look a bit fancy because it turns things different colours, like on a traffic light basis, so that if we getting near our right target, you know, and the forecasts are right, it's going green. If it's something to worry about, but it's only a little bit out of kilter, it's going yellow. And if it's something that's a real worry, it goes red. And that's fine. It gives you a quick visual picture, immediate impact of what do we need to concentrate on. But at the back of that, I've got a man called Bob, who is the one who ferrets out the information. He's very, very curious about what does it mean. So it's kind of his job to be going through all this data and saying, that doesn't look right. It might be coming out green, but it isn't right. So let's see what else it's telling us. And he brings that information to us as a senior team, and we make a decision about whether it's worth pursuing it further to see what it means, or whether it's something we've looked at before and we can, you know, we're happy with it for the time being. But it kind of generates a curiosity in all of us. I see things in very simple terms. And bring it down into like its lowest common denominator. So when you talk about that working time directive issue, it doesn't become I don't make it a complex issue. I look at, well, what are the simple things in it? It is simple. They're working over 60 hours. It's dangerous. Bring it down. They're not going to work in more than 60 hours, and we'll step change it until they get to 60, and then we'll have a new target, and we'll step change that until they get to 55. And then we'll have a new one for the next 6 months and step change it again. It's simple. I think what I do that makes it successful is that I won't leave it alone, and I won't take yes for an answer. I want to know what's going on behind that yes, or I won't take no for an answer, whichever way you want it. But I do have integrity. I do show attention to detail, and I'm interested in it. They're not just figures for me. They mean something, and I want them to continue meaning something.